Sometimes.
22.
Oh, and we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dumb Investing. I'm Lloyd.
And I'm Harry.
It's about to get dumb up in here. On tonight's show, we're going to do portfolio review. We're going to do real estate review. And then we're going to review the stock that went to the moon today and doubled in value that we talked about yesterday. All of that to come on the dumbest investing channel on all of YouTube's. 17 subscribers. Welcome. Thank you all. We sure appreciate it. The rest of you, click that button, subscribe, do all that kind of the YouTube stuff, whatever. On to the portfolio. Let's see how we did today. So normally we'd be rolling some dice right now and picking 3 random stocks, doing a little bit of homework, and going and buying a stock the next day, but we're out of money because the stock market doesn't like the stocks that our stupid random dice thing picked that we picked. And yeah, we didn't pick very good ones because some of them suck. So we don't have a lot of money anymore. So we're making do. We're having fun. We're still looking at the portfolio. We're going to sell some things here soon. We're going to do the random thing probably once a week. And we're going to talk about our real estate because that's part of investing and, yeah, all that fun stuff. So there's a lot of green. Wow, that's a great day, I hope.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But you're right. So as we go through our winners and losers on a regular basis here, we have our friends over at the Haylang Education Group. They are the big loser today, down 1.22%. And then our other friends, our other big conviction stock today, Gates Industrial. So my 2 favorites. I don't think I should say that. I retract that. They're not my favorites. Well, they are my favorites. We're holding on to them. We're going along. We're diamond handing these babies, and we're taking them to the moon.
So those are your 2 high convictions, because BurgerFi is my high conviction, and then that F whatever gets the big dividend, high conviction for me.
Yeah.
FSD, whatever.
Gates Industrial was down 0.71% today.
But look at the blue bar at the bottom and the stock at the top. That's what you want. Not that one. Whatever you just showed there, man. Yeah, that's the good one. See, at the bottom is the blue bar. That's where we bought it. Yeah. And up at the above is where the stock is today. So we're making good money in Gates, even though it was a red day today. But that's Gates is a good holding.
Nothing goes straight up,
except the stock we're going to talk about at the end. Because oh my gosh, that is. And we talked about it yesterday. So if you guys are paying attention yesterday and you put $100 in Webull and you bought it, you got $200 today.
Hang on to your shorts, ladies and gentlemen. Over on our winners, we've got GFL, the environmental holdings, the garbage guys. Funny enough, they happen to be the garbage collectors over at my property here. So I happen to see them driving by. I'm like, hey, I know those guys. We got stocks in those guys.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of money to those guys. We've thrown money away. Yeah.
They show up every time that it's garbage day and they pick it all up. So 2 thumbs up for those guys.
I just wish their stock would go up. Yeah. Oh, look at that. What happened there?
A green candle on BurgerFi. Wowee.
Whoa, that's awesome. Yeah, although the blue bars,
the minute chart here to see what happened today. But so pretty awesome day for BurgerFi. So kind of started the day out here. Where are we at? Boom, 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 boom. Right about here. Right here. All right. So we started the day somewhere in that realm of $10.20. And we started out down. And then all of a sudden people were like, hey, BurgerFi, that's a great place to eat. I'm going to invest. So
Tasty Burgers, they're winning awards.
Yeah. All of this volume here, right at 11:46. Boom. Stock.
But dude, I got to tell you, I mean, I love BurgerFi. I love you to death. But, you know, Red Robin just sent me a hamburger for my birthday.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. They know how to take care of a big guy, man. You enticed me in there with a free burger. I'm going to bring my wife and buy her one, and we're going to buy some drinks. Oh, man.
Potential marketing advice, free advice from Dumb Investing.
If you're listening, BurgerFi, we love your food.
Just invest in your food, in your brand.
Make it stronger, guys. Okay,
so today, pretty solid volumes, and then near the end of the day, things started ramping up pretty high, and they got up to $11.16 today.
Wow, more than a 10% from the low to the high of the day. Not bad. Not bad, awesome. Burger guys.
Yeah, and then coming back down at the end of the day, they we closed out at 10.97, so up 7.5%. So right on. Let's keep that train rolling.
So we're only down how much on Burger?
What? Do we need to talk about that?
We want to see our cumulative. We will celebrate the win because that's who we are. We're positive guys. A lot of energy there. There's a lot of green, so it was good.
Good news for you is your high conviction BurgerFi overtook my high conviction Haylang Education Group as our biggest.
How is it that we both have a high conviction one that are the two worst ones on our
Because this board. Is dumb investing.
Now to think about it, on my personal one, some of the ones we have high conviction on, I'm down a lot on too.
It happens.
It does. Long term, it's a long-term play is what it is. You don't want your money today? Yeah.
So the winners or our biggest gainer so far, Gates Industrial still, and the 3 times bull retook over Centrus Energy today. So they must have had a little bit of a tiny bit of a slide today or didn't go quite up as much as the other two.
You know, I wish they would put a star next to the ones that we're getting dividends on. Because we get dividends on 3 or 4 of them?
Yeah, so right here, actually, to the left of that chart that I was looking at, you can see all of the transactions that we've made. So we can see we got SPTI dividends. Yesterday, we got MTG dividends. Last week, it says that we sold MGM, CIK dividends here, sold Key, FSD dividends. So it's all kind of listed here. So pretty at a snapshot, you can kind of see what you've got going on. So if you want a snapshot of your portfolio, click the link below, follow Webull, sign up, grab your deposit $100.
Deposit 100, yeah.
Yeah,
then you get
yourself 2 free stocks. 2 free stocks valued up to, I think, $1,850.
Yeah, because it's Facebook and Microsoft are possible.
It's crazy. So
it is crazy.
You got nothing to lose, and if you're just starting to invest now, find yourself $100 and deposit it, and you never know what you can turn $100 into.
Absolutely. All right. So are we done with the portfolio? We're not going to sell anything yet because we're kind of looking for the 12% return.
Yeah.
Who knows? Leave us a comment down below.
Long enough, it'll be below 12%. We don't even have to talk about it.
There we go. Good night, brother. Okay, so real estate. I promised y'all a video. Roll that fancy footage, buddy.
All right, here we go.
All right.
First time seeing it for me.
Quick update on the old picker pool here. So it's been raining a lot. That has about 2.5 to 3 feet in the deep end, which is the deep middle. The ends over there, it's a little bit more shallow. And you can see that it's just completely cesspool of grossness. And a quartet of bullfrogs have taken residence.
There's 4 that I know of.
We get to hear them. There's one of them right there.
Oh, wow.
Chilling. So yeah, we're ready to get this thing done.
No doubt.
Sprinkler systems are all in. They finished the sprinkler system 3 days ago, something like that, whatever. And we're just ready to get this thing completed. Because man, oh man, is it getting gross. It's out of control.
Yeah.
So that's our
pool.
That's our pool.
That's looking awesome. I mean, besides the super dirty, green, ugly, mucus-y water.
I know. Isn't that disgusting?
The rest of it looks fantastic.
So, fun fact on the picker pool here. The wife does the next door thing, right? And some of the neighbors are wanting to have pools put in. So there's a whole conversation right now in the neighborhood about pools. And one lady a couple streets over had got a bid on a pool last October when we did. We ended up signing our paperwork in December. She did not sign any paperwork. She called them up and says, hey, let's talk about the pool. And they said, okay. They showed up. It was 96% increase.
What?
In her pool. And she was asking, does this make any sense? and other people are jumping in going, yeah, we should have signed last year. We didn't. We just got a quote. It was a 75% increase, blah, 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 this, that. Some of the equipment, some of the pumps aren't available for 3 months, 6 months, stuff like that. It's just, it is out of control. So we are this close, man. So we got to get the gate in. It has to be auto closing. And once we have the auto closing gate, we get the permit to finish the plaster. We get the plaster done, and then it's getting everything tuned in. And man, I want to be swimming by the 4th of July.
So down in your neck of the woods, does a pool add value to the property? Is your investment, is that value going to be added to the overall equity of your property?
Well, funny you would ask that, because
I like to ask funny questions.
No.
Okay.
It's yes or no. In the first 7 years, a pool will add value, but as a pool ages, it becomes a liability. And so as long as you keep it in good working order and all that kind of stuff, it can add up to 10% is what my realtor is telling me.
Okay.
Right now, when it's done, I could get about 75% of my money out of it.
Okay.
But in 10 years, if I don't, if we're putting PebbleTech on, PebbleTech's supposed to last a long time. So as long as it's, doesn't have leaks and patches and stuff like that, when somebody comes to buy it, if it looks brand new, it adds value. But if it has problems, then people run away from them.
Yeah, I kind of thought that having a pool might be kind of like investing in a car, like a Toyota Corolla or something. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it loses,
So yeah, the pool loses 25. Yeah, the day it's done.
Yeah. But it's about, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, this wasn't about increasing the property value or anything like this. Was this long-term house, we need it to be happy, and that's what we're doing.
Perfect.
So we did things, all of our stuff that we did was long-term. So the tile on the mastics and whatever, I don't know, it was all 30-year stuff, and the pumps have like 20-year warranties and things like that. So hopefully, 15 years, then we assess and say, hey, what do we want to do? Do we need to rebuild pumps? What my guy told me is, he said, look, in 15 years, you're going to want new stuff anyways, because it's going to increase efficiency. You're probably going to have some solar stuff you're going to want to do. He said,
sure,
we'll get through the next 15 years. It'll be a piece of cake, and then we'll reassess. So.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that they built it where it's all easily accessible and changeable, and you got the pool house with the pool boy and all that kind of stuff. They come with it, right? Pool boys?
I have nothing of the sort. I thought I took some. I'll do a video of the side.
I don't recall seeing the pump house. I remember seeing the water lines and
there
stuff.
There is no house. There is a pump slab.
Oh, is that the air conditioned?
Yeah,
thing?
that thing.
Okay. So that's an all-in-one pump, air conditioned unit.
Oh no. We'll walk through. There's filters and pumps, and that part is just the temperature treatment part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need to have a full water treatment plant on site too?
Well, it's going to be a saltwater pool, so there's.
Oh, well, there you go.
There's a fancy term for whatever that thing is, and I can't think of it right now. But yeah,
a saltwater pool.
Well, there's you put your salt in a certain thing, and it does the thing to make sure the level stays right.
Okay.
There's a generator of some sort.
So it's like a soft water tank.
Kind of, yeah, because the salt, creates a natural chlorine. It's still a chlorinated pool. It's just natural from salt.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm sure we could sit here and talk about pools for another hour, but we've got.
Well, we can't, because we're about at the end. That's all that I know. So.
Oh, I could ask a few more questions and make you look
mossy and gross and has 4 bullfrogs living in it.
That's
4 that I know. 4. So they start singing at night. I go out there with the flashlight, and I found 4 of them. So.
Are they all in tune and like the Little Mermaid style?
Oh no. That I shall record it maybe because it sounds bad. They're not very good singers at all.
All right. Are we ready to reveal the stuff that we talked about yesterday?
Yes. Let's see. I'm looking at a house tomorrow night, so we may not come online until late again like tonight because I'm going after work. The The last one I put an offer on, I would have said was an 8 out of 10. It was nice. It was livable. The Mrs. Picker and myself could have been happy there, right? This one I'm looking at is more from the. It looks like it was designed to be a rental. It's not,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's still new. It's still fairly nice, but like it doesn't have a covered patio. It doesn't have a lot of the amenities that I would want in a place.
Sure. Yeah.
So it may be one of those things where it may have to have a covered patio added to it to make it more desirable. So we may learn how to do covered patios on Dumb Investing.
Well, it's always an option. Absolutely.
Okay. So
over at
we'll have an update.
Yeah. The painters were supposed to come to our house today to finish up the basement painting. Well, they didn't show up, and the trials and tribulations of working, doing renos and construction and all that kind of stuff. So I've been promised they're going to show up at 7:30 tomorrow morning and get it all done tomorrow. So fingers crossed.
Carpet guys are still
Friday.
Still on.
Carpet guys are Friday. I'm putting down an underlay on. So down here we've got basements, right? So we've got concrete basements.
Yeah.
Like obviously concrete foundation, concrete slab on our basements. But so I'm putting down an underlay. In lots of places, if you're familiar with it, in Canada, they make a subfloor product. It's kind of like an inch thick. It has this barrier and then OSB on top of it, so it creates a nice little barrier and all nice and warm and cozy and stuff. Well, that stuff is like $4 a square foot, and I don't got that kind of money. So we're putting in something like probably just as good, in my opinion, maybe even better. It's just a thin layer of plastic that has bubble dimples on each side. It's 1/8 of an inch thick, but it's going to create that air. It's going to create that barrier and that separation between the cold concrete and the carpet. And it's also going to create that waterproof membrane for us. So it's also going to allow airflow to happen underneath, right close to the concrete. So like underneath the carpet, air can flow between the concrete, make sure that all stays dry. And then above it creates a waterproof barrier to the concrete as well. So I'm installing that myself. So I'm doing that after the painters are in. So I actually took a day off from the 9 to 5 on Thursday to get it all done before the carpet guys show up on Friday. So
and I take it you're going to do a time lapse and put that on our Instagram link down below.
Oh yeah, you betcha I am.
Oh yeah.
You can't do anything without videoing and Instagramming it these days.
No, got to have proof.
I think that's the end of the part of real estate where we're at right now. Now, the big reveal. What did we talk about yesterday?
Big reveal.
We talked about some stocks yesterday that were getting shorted. Then they were going crazy. We talked about AMC, we talked GME, we talked Workhorse, and we also talked about one other stock. And this one was the one that neither of us could remember right till the end. And we said, what is that stock? Oh, yeah. That is
CLOV.
We got to go back in time.
Oh, okay. So what it is if you walk through the gate and you let go, the gate has to close on its own and latch. And so it
it's
can
kind of
be
like a door, like it has a hinge on the door that automatically closes, right?
Yes, so it has it, but it can be a spring closing thing. It has to have enough force so that it latches itself closed, and that is to keep the little ones in the street out of the yard of the pool of the backyard. And so it is a safety precaution.
Yeah.
That
and we have much the same thing here up in Canada too. If you have a pool, you have to make sure it's all fenced, and the 2-year-old can't go climbing through the fence or over it and fall into the pool, right? So
yeah,
it is definitely a safety thing, and it sounds like you need it for your final permit, right?
You have to prove that only authorized people can be in the pool, and by having a gate that stays open, an unauthorized party could walk through the gate.
So how do you authorize that? Do you have to have a lock on it then?
Okay, so when you read the legalities of owning a pool, if you invite somebody into your house, they are then covered under your insurance, right? Okay. That they are now a guest. Well, if you leave a gate open and somebody happens to wander in, that is uninvited, and there can be unintended consequences due to that.
Sure.
And so the city here, because I'm in a city, they require that as part of the permitting, is that you have to have a way to keep unauthorized people out of your pool. Aha.
Yes.
Yeah. Fun
Very
stuff.
very much the same. And, it's unfortunate. Lots of accidents have happened over the years, and I understand the reasons why they do it.
It's
but,
horrible.
a lot of the red tape is pretty hard to overcome, and in some cases, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, boom, 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 boom. The stock that we were talking about yesterday was Clover Health. Let's take a look at what happened to Clover Health today. Oh, wrong screen. This one. All right, that's BurgerFi. So Clover Health today. So what happened to Clover Health today? Well, let me give you the quick breakdown here. The stock was up 85.82% today. Wow. Talk about
Where is, can you do it for the week? Where is it for the last 4 days? It's been astronomical in 4 days, right?
Yeah, if we look at the day chart here. So Clover Health, let's go here. So basically, I don't know, June 2nd, they were $7.76.
$7 to $22 in 3 days.
Yeah. They hit as high as almost $25 today.
Triple your money.
Triple your money. And they're still after hours. They are running 7.5% today.
So why is this happening? What is going on?
This is called a short squeeze. So this is where we talk about the meme stocks, momentum stocks, and the Wall Street Bets guys. So all of these people on Wall Street Bets are going in and they are looking at stocks that are highly shorted. So by shorting means that Wall Street, the suits, are going out there and they feel like the stock's value should be going down. So what do? They can short the stock. So if they feel like a stock is at $10, but it's overvalued at $10 and they think it's going to keep going down, they can do what they say is selling that stock for $10, and then that's called shorting it when they don't own it. It's short. They
have to borrow those shares in order to do this.
Yeah. And what they're doing by borrowing is basically they are promising to pay back those shares at a later date at whatever the price may be in the future. So if they think the value of it is going to go down, they borrow those shares and then they'll buy them back at, let's say, $8, and they'll pay those shares back for $8 and they will get a $2 per share gain on that. So right now there's this big suits versus apes. Yeah, going on. So the apes are the guys from Wall Street Bets, so retail investors, all of these people that are kind of behind a lot of this meme / momentum stock. So what the apes are looking for the highest shorted stocks, and they are going in and attacking. So they are coming in united and they are going to buy all of these shares. And by buying these shares, what happens when you buy shares is that the value constantly increases. So it's no different than supply and demand. As there's more demand, the value increases. The supply is lighter, so the price keeps going up as you continuously buy. Well, that puts the short sellers into a bit of a squeeze, right? It forces them to eventually get margin called. Now, this is what happens at banks and Webull, and it gets a little bit more technical, but because you're borrowing the shares, leveraging the shares, the seller of those shares can margin call you and ask you to pay for those, basically say, I want those shares. Give me those shares now. Pay up. I want to make whole. So when they do that, it's basically getting margin called. When they get that margin call, then they got to they have to pay. So, and that means they have to pay at current share price. So when they do that, that means that they lose a pile of money, essentially. So it's basically the retail apes versus the suits battling against each other.
So back to your scenario, the suits, the short sellers, sold those shares they didn't own, they borrowed at $10. The apes see a bunch of suits doing this, and the apes are like, oh, hell no, we got them in a corner. They start buying the stock up. Now there's no stock availability for the suits to go out there and get. Let's say that stock is up to $12, they get margin called. All of a sudden, they have to come up with $2 a share, or their position gets liquidated. Either way, they're out big money.
Right. So that's what happened. That's essentially what's happening with these meme stocks right now. We talked about, so in the meme / momentum stocks, you can call them either or, depending on what you're looking at from the media standpoint. But there's a couple other ones going on. AMC still going, GME still going, GameStop. BlackBerry's another one. Workhorse is another. Canoe was another one today that they started as well. So it's interesting to see. It's going to be an interesting end of the. Well, what day are we at? We're only at Wednesday today. We got 3 more days. Holy moly! Yeah. There's going to be a lot of squeezes this week. So Clover's up 85. So yeah, would you say triple since basically the beginning of June? So in a week you made 3 times your money, and if you still hold on to Clover Health, I mean, you're up another 7.5% after hours.
Crazy.
Yeah, who knows where it could go? Keep in mind, these are extremely speculative. We do not own Clover Health. So full disclosure there, we don't own that. And at least I don't. You don't own that either, right?
I don't either, no.
Yeah. So full disclosure there, but we talked about it yesterday, and we talked about how the squeeze could come about some of these short positions. So wanted to bring it up and bring it to everyone's attention just to see how volatile this market could be, and certainly not a I don't even know what you would call it, right? It's not even, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fundamentals of the company. It has nothing to do with anything other than the stock has been shorted so much by Wall Street.
Yeah.
And this is the retail guys, the apes taking it to Wall Street, the suits versus the apes.
Yeah, it's awesome to watch. I mean, it's just awesome.
It's crazy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I'm sure stuff like this has happened in the past, but I don't know.
Not to this degree.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic to watch. So anyways, I think that's it for tonight. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the reminder bell if you want to catch up with us every time we go live. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dogs, tell your cats, anyone that could watch or sit in front of an iPad, and maybe, your typical cat can smack it off your table for you. But, follow us on Instagram, dumb_investing, and on Twitter at dumb_investing.
And do not be afraid to leave us some comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. There's a link to our spreadsheet down there. It shows all our trades. The second sheet is something that I worked up that you can see kind of how my brain was thinking when I was pricing my rental to see if sinking money into rental made sense or sinking money back into the stock market, what decision I made there and why I made it. So you can check that out. If you have any questions at all, if you have the question, I guarantee there's a million other people who have the same question. Throw it in the comments. We would love to hear from you guys. We will do our best. If we have to research it, we will. We'll figure it out together, and it'll be awesome. Thank you so much for paying attention. We're sorry we wasted a half hour of your life.
We did not waste. We entertained.
You're right. It was, and hopefully we educate some.
Yeah.
A little bit more entertainment probably, but yeah.
Yeah, certainly not financial advice. Don't trade like that guy.
Yeah, don't trade like that guy or that one. Either one. Have a great night, everybody.